Hi, everybody. It is so great to see you. I hope you're having a great day. I feel like on Fridays, I'm either like, yay, it's the weekend. I mean, my weekends don't look a whole lot different, but I did hear that I live in the state of Washington, and you live in Oregon, which I literally can see Oregon every single day. So if you're like, where does she live? Like literally on the edge. But the state parks are going to open, and so that makes me like super happy because I love hiking with my family. Lacamas Lake is still open, and so our whole family was able to go on Saturday last weekend to hike. Cameron's gonna hike 4 miles, which that showcases his energy, so that's good. But that makes me a little happy. But if you are just having like a bum day because the weather's kind of a bummer right now, I totally get that too. I'll probably vacillate about 15 times throughout the day. So, anyways, I said this in the notes, but if you just need a smile for me, here's my smile. So you're like, oh gosh, Ms. Watson, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna make this short and sweet, just a preview of what's going on right now and what do you need to do. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna go to the calendar again and look at everything I have. I do always have my agenda. Um, Mine is currently right here. And so I've got an agenda currently this week for the agenda. I've just got a couple of things. We're still talking about factoring. Remember when everything's due. I'm still having people procrastinate, which friends I totally get. If you're feeling like that though, a little communication goes a long way. Just say, I'm gonna have it in, just know like I've looked at it. That at least lets me know that you're engaging. And even if you just like, I don't know, we can have an open conversation about it. So just reach out. Like I am super on remind, like way too much. Okay. So just reach out to me and I would love to just help however I can. And if I need to ease the load on you, just whatever, let me know. I tried something new this week called a flip grid, and you'll see on the calendar that I have that for the warm up, and it takes you right to this thing called Flipgrid. So it'll ask you to log in with Google and just use your students.pps.net. And then you're going to see this grid, and it looks like, hold on, here we go. Here we go. It's right here. Okay, so I'm going to click on it so you can see it. Hmm. Okay, so it's like say hello. Okay, here it is. It's tips to simplify. Okay, so you're going to see this right here, and it will say tips to simplify, and you're going to say hi. Please share any tips that you have found when simplifying rational expressions, and tell us your favorite thing that you've eaten this past week. Now, it's going to ask you to do a video, and if you're like, Miss Watson, no, I don't want to do the video, that's totally cool. Just send me an email with these things. I'm always cool with that. It's just like trying a bunch of new activities out because why not? And it's just something fun. I made one that you're always welcome to watch with Cameron. Oh my gosh, right? He does slurp at the end about like something because he's trying to say how much he likes peanut butter and jelly. So I'm apologies already. But yeah, just something fun we're doing. So, take it as what it is. As we continue on, I still have my common errors in there. Um, Going over how to grade. Still doing all my live classes. I'll still be sending out everything that I'm doing. Through Remind. I will let you know when I have my office hours. Fridays I'm available through appointment only. And then I just kind of mapped out what we're going to do for the rest of the year so that you just have a good idea. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. So let's go back to the calendar. I've got my notes video here, and you're going to click on it and you can watch it. This week we're talking, oh, and it's so proud of you all. Oh, great. All right. So this week, I'm going to just start it here. Oh, it's a long one. Okay. But this week, we're talking about adding and subtracting rational expressions, which, with adding and subtracting fractions, you need to have the same denominator. So all I need you to do it is when they have the same denominator, but I threw in an extra challenge. So like the last 3 slides, I say like, if you don't want to do this and do it with unlike denominators, you don't have to. So take it for what it is. It's not as long as it looks like it is. Okay. Next thing, classwork. So this week I tried something new called it's like a maze, because it seems like people kind of liked it. So this is what it looks like. Just gonna have you look at it. And so you're gonna solve the problems and show your path. What if you don't have a printer? If I didn't have a printer, I would first off write this as like number 1, this problem that I'm doing right here. And then what I would do is I would solve it and I would write down the answer. And then the next problem is problem 2. Okay, so just number off what the problems are. It's going to take you all over the way. If you're like, "Miss Watson, did you make this?" Yeah, I did. Now I did find a template made already, but I filled it all in, and this is the kind of stuff that I spend my time doing. I actually love doing stuff like this. Makes me realize we do a lot of boring classwork, so I probably need to get a little bit more creative. So that's a good thing for Miss Watson. Please show your work. Some of you are uploading stuff with no work shown, and that's really hard because I realize we're all getting help from other resources, but I just need you to see write down something for me. Okay. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to go back to the calendar and I'm looking at the homework now and going right here and I see, okay, let's keep going on. Homework. And so I kind of broke the homework up into you have to do this and then like a good challenge. You only need to do numbers 1 through 3 and 5 through 6. 4 and 7 are bonus problems. And that's only if you wanted to talk about unlike denominators. Please show your work. So this is what it is, adding and subtracting. Please be careful with that subtraction sign. Remember that negative goes to the 8x and the 2. I also wrote down the steps because I think that that's helpful. Okay, so that's that. And lastly, I've got another really great exit ticket again. I'm doing the same format and I want to keep doing this so we can all figure out like how we would do if we took a quiz or a test. I just think that's really good feedback. And so I am going to X that. There we go. Okay, so here's my exit ticket right here. And it says I've got 5 questions to take the quiz. A lot of you have realized that it's marking stuff wrong when it's not actually wrong. Make sure you go back and check that. If you write even the smallest part differently, it will mark you wrong, but I always go back and change it. Okay? So, I've got a subtraction, addition, subtraction, upload it. A lot of you had problems with this. Again, if you have problems uploading, just skip that part and then send me an email with it, or you can send me a text and remind. Either way works. Question 5, well, again, what's your favorite food you've eaten? You're like, Miss Watson, you've done this twice. Well, some of us don't participate in my warm ups, which is fine. So I guess we've got to figure out what's going on with you. So awesome. And that's it. One other thing I wanted to show you was I have been looking at this Padlet and I loved what people wrote. So I'm kind of scrolling through. Is there an equation for factoring? Someone said, and are there any shortcuts for simplifying? My biggest shortcuts is knowing your multiplication facts. That's really how I do it in my head, super quick. Another shortcut I have is I never use the box when I have A as 1. Do we have to use shortcuts? Never. You never have to use the difference of squares, anything. I wish there was a more than efficient way than box and diamond. There is another way you can do this, but I don't necessarily think it's more efficient. But if you would like me to show you that, Maddie, it looks like said that, I'd love to do that. Um, let's see, is the point where box and diamond stops working? Absolutely. Not everything's factorable. A shortcut for simplifying radical expressions? No, there's not really one. Who first thought of factoring? A really smart person that I'm not sure of. What do you write if the problem is already in simplest form? Nothing. Is the box and diamond the best way? I think so. I'm just looking through. An expression is squared. Do you need to simplify it? Yes. Best shortcuts, I said. Oscar said he's eating good food. Quinn told me she ran 11.5 miles. Friends, that is on point. And Miss Watson's been doing a lot of running. I ran 11 miles this morning, so I feel pretty good about that. Um, how can you factor if there's a cube, but all the numbers aren't perfect squares? You don't. Super annoying, right? Adara, I'm looking forward to seeing your choreography, hopefully soon. Lots of you have been cooking. That's and running. So great. We've already talked about the shortcuts. Are there any more methods than we've learned? No. You've watched some good movies. Okay. Biking. Quicker. Yeah, I've already talked about that. Lots of people listening to music. Photography. Oh, I'd love to see that. The quicker formulas. No. Sleeping. Walking at night. I've been doing a lot of walking too. Sweet. Okay. So I love that people wrote this down. I read all these because I actually really like to know how you're doing. This is why I'm a teacher. But anyways, so I'll keep doing these fun things just to check in. I think it helps us have some sort of a community because we don't have a community right now. And I feel like that's really sad. We do, but it's an online community. So anyways, I miss you all. I hope you're having a great day. And I think I've talked about everything you need to do. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.